so absent on here, but I'm telling you now, I will be picking up the slack. But for today, we're just going to be doing a easy for beginners holiday edition eyeshadow look. So yeah, so this is just for beginners. This is kind of like how I got to where I am and how I'm still really learning in the process anyway. So yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. I brought you guys up close today. And for this, you're gonna need whatever holiday look inspired colors you're wanting to use. Today I'm going to be mostly using red, green, and a little bit of sparkle. But yeah, so I already did my brows off camera and I don't have any base on my face. We're just gonna worry about the eyes today because I find that that is a lot more difficult for a lot of people that are getting into makeup. At least for me it was. So yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so first what we're gonna be starting off with is actually some tape. So normally I wouldn't use tape on my eyeshadow looks just because I just don't like to really, but for today we will. So you're just going to apply the tape right on your waterline, or right below your waterline, and be sure not to tape your eyelashes down because I've done that before. And then you're just going to do the same thing to the other eye, and this is just going to give you a clean shadow approach and kind of give it like an illusion wing, colored wing if you will. So yeah, so first I'm going to prime my eyelids with my Milani eyeshadow primer, and this is in shade 01 Nude, and I'm just going to plant this all over my lid. And normally I would use concealer, but we're going to be using the James Charles palette again today. And sister James insisted that you use a eyeshadow primer for the base, so that's what we're gonna be doing. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the handy dandy palette, and I'm just gonna grab the red shade and a fluffy brush. Which one do I want to use today? Okay, so I'm actually gonna grab a small smudge brush, and then I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush to clean up the edges a little bit and just blend it out so it's a little bit easier to work with. So as I'm applying this, you can go in with a damp eyeshadow brush or not. I'm not going to, but we'll see how the pigment stays on, and then if I need to add a little bit more depth, then I'll wet it. So I'm just going to start in the outer V and just pack it on, and it's okay if you get it on the tape because that's what it's there for. And I'm just going to start applying this right above the crease in my eyes, and then work my way forward to the inner corner. And it's okay if you do get it on your eyelid because we're going to be doing a partial cut crease, so it's going to get covered up one way or another. I'm just going to pack this into the crease. And I'm going to spray it just a little bit with some water, just so I can get a little bit more depth of that red. And just reapply it to the crease. And then I'm going to grab a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to start buffing it out in circular motions. And as you're doing this, You want to be just very, very patient and really, really soft. Because it will help you in the long run. Especially with buffing out shadows and blending with multiple colors. It just makes the transition seamless. So you can already tell a difference in the shadow. And you're just gonna wanna keep blending this out. Just to get rid of those harsh lines. I will say the pigments are a little bit harder to work with than what I'm usually used to, which is like ColourPop, which is like my favorite line of eyeshadows, just because they're so affordable and they're so easy to work with. But I am up for a challenge, so all is good. As you can see, it's starting to move its way up just a little bit. So I'm gonna grab a little bit fluffier brush. Trying to find the exact one that I want to use. This will do. And it's always best to start off with little and then build up, rather than starting off heavy and trying to work your way downwards, because it's so much harder to take product off. Okay, so I'm just gonna pack on a little bit more of that red and right into the crease. And this is like the truest red that I've ever used. That is not lipstick. I kid you not, it is such a good red. And you're just gonna keep blending it out and working your way upwards. And you can use whatever color you want. This is just the one I'm gonna be doing because it's just kind of like a holiday easy look if you're going to a school function or work party. You're not gonna have that much time to do a full glam. So yeah, so I'm just gonna keep working my way up. I'm just gonna pack it onto the outer V of my lid. A little bit in the middle and front portion of my crease. And then blend. You want to have a little bit of dimension in your eye. So for that, we're going to add a little bit of black in the outer V, and then we're just gonna buff it in with the red, and this is just gonna add a little bit of depth to the eye look. So I'm just gonna grab another fluffy brush. I'm just gonna very, very gently put it on the outermost section and work it only into the crease. You just kind of want it just like a little secret that's there. And this will definitely help if you're not going to be doing a wing. Okay, so now we're just going to cut the crease. Already, guys. I'm trying to think. So today I'm actually going to be using some DERMABLEND, or is it called DERMABLEND? Yeah, some DERMABLEND to mix in with my concealer. To cut my crease. So I'm just gonna grab some concealer. I'm gonna be using the Tarte Shape Tape as usual. And I'm gonna grab a small smudge brush or concealer brush and some DERMABLEND. And this is just gonna help with the pink hue that you usually get when you're trying to cut the crease with red eyeshadow. So that's the only reason why I'm doing it, because I don't really want that pink hue. I'm just gonna save a lot of time with not having to dabble in white eyeshadow or whatever the case may be. So what I'm gonna do is kind of just look and see where like the crease starts to wrinkle a little bit, because I have extra skin on my eyelids, and just mark how far in I want the concealer. And I'm just gonna basically just dot the frame of my eye, and you can kind of see where it is, and that's where I'm going to be cutting the crease. That's just my strategy of what I like to do. You don't have to do it that way. That's just what works for me when I'm doing these sort of eye looks. So you're just going to gently and slowly pack in the concealer. And you don't want to have too much product on your brush, because it will become very, very muddy, which defeats the entire purpose. And then you're just going to start bringing it downwards. And just be careful not to go over that line. We're not doing a full cut crease, so you do not need a lot of product at all. But you just want to pack it on to where it's kind of tacky and enough to prevent creasing. so your eye should look something like this. And then I'm just gonna grab a brush just to get the excess off. Because you don't want a whole bunch of product or concealer on your eyelid. Because then if you go in with another shade, it's just gonna blend. It's not really gonna stand out, if that makes any sense. And then I'm gonna go in with some white and just kind of bake my lid a little bit, just so I don't have as much creasing, and to kind of get rid of that pink that's going on. We're going to start and apply some highlighter. So I'm just gonna grab another smudge brush and damp it just a little bit. You don't want the brush like soaking wet. Just slightly damped. That way it just sticks on a little better from eye edges. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with like a champagne shimmer color. You can use whatever shade you like. It's just the one that I'm gonna use as the base shade. I'm just gonna apply this in the front of the eye, kind of towards the inner corner. And then work my way up. Desired look that I'm going for. Okay, so you have that harsh line there, right? So what we're gonna do is grab a little bit of that highlight in that red, and we're just gonna start buffing the highlight portion outwards. I'm kind of just doing it in like flicking motions. There's not like a specific technique that I use when this goes on. Just whatever I gotta do to get rid of that harsh line. Okay, so now that line is getting there, I'm just gonna add some red and start bringing it inwards. So this, I'm just gonna kind of pat inwards. As I'm applying the red, I'm doing it kind of at an angle. That way you're not getting like a straight line down and up. But it looks like it's kind of just folding into each other, if that makes sense. See? A lot better, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more red because I want a really, really red eye. Just gonna spritz my brush a little bit. And continue to pack that red on the lid. And that's it, guys. So before I take the tape off and show you guys exactly what it's gonna look like, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of eyeliner to my lash line because I'm going to wear falsies, and you want to disguise them as much as possible just so it looks nice and natural. That makes sense. So I'm just gonna grab some black eyeliner and just trace a really, really thin line across my lash line wherever I would normally place my falsies. And you can do a wing if you would like, but I don't really prefer them with like holiday looks. I just think that holiday, you know, just look clean and stuff like that. Not disregarding that you can't look clean with wings, obviously, because you can, but I don't know, it's just my preference. And go in with some matte black eyeliner. Okay, so that's it. So now for the big reveal. This is what it should look like if you use tape. See? Pretty clean, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the other eye off camera and then finish off my face, and I will be back with an ending look. Okay, so now that majority of my face is done, I'm just gonna go in with the last few steps to complete this look. So what I'm going to do is grab a green shade, whatever green is best for you. I'm gonna grab like a true green. And I'm gonna work this in the inner corner and then on the bottom of the front lash line. And this is just gonna add a little bit of that holiday flair that we're going for. And then just bring it down right on the lash line. And then we're gonna grab that red, do the outer bottom, just to tie the colors and look together. And if you are going to be using tape with your makeup, you want to make sure that you do not do your base first, because it's going to cause major creasing and even pull off the makeup. So you want to make sure, if you are getting, you know, or if you are new to makeup, be sure to use tape before you do your foundation and primers and concealers and all that good stuff. And then we're just gonna buff out the green a little bit. I'm always dropping something. Goodness gracious, Asia. Okay, and then we're gonna grab a little bit more of the inner corner shade and just dabble that on top. Then we're going to grab some mascara and apply some mascara, of course, just to add a little bit of more shape to the eyes. And I do not like to apply a lot if I see that my lashes are covered in mascara. Then I'm also going to cover them up, make it look a little bit cleaner, you know? Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to, spray our faces. Normally I wouldn't do that after applying mascara, but for instance today I'm going to. Okay, and then we're just gonna grab whatever brush you like to use for highlight. I usually like to use a fluffy brush, so I'm going to use a fluffy brush. And we're just gonna apply some highlighter. You can obviously apply however much you want to apply. And wherever you have like a natural glow is usually where I like to apply my highlighter. That's just my preference. This is what I do. You don't have to, but I feel like it just brings good attention to those areas. Especially for like those really, really dewy looks. I'm just applying some highlighter on the brow bone. And then I'm going to go in with an angled fluffy brush and apply a deeper highlighter. Just to get the full effect, you know? Okay, now we're gonna do and move on to the lips. What color? Red. I'm just gonna grab a lip liner and carve and shade and all that good stuff. And that's it, guys. This was super easy, super quick look if you're in a rush or just getting into makeup. So this is the end result. And like I said, you can use whatever colors you want, any lashes, any whatever the case is. But this was just more on a technique of how to do a simple, easy half cut crease. But yeah, so if you guys want more of these kinds of videos, just comment down below. Make sure to give this a thumbs up. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and put on your post notifications for my videos. So each time that I upload, you will get that lovely notification letting you know that I am on here. So yeah, so everything will be listed in the description of all the products I used today to complete this look. If you have any questions, just go ahead and shoot me a comment and I would be happy to reply. But thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.